In this, the last of the videos for the course, I want to talk about the assessment criteria. You will have noticed that they have just recently gone up on the Blackboard site. Now is the time to go through them after we have had 4 sessions on the course. I'm not going to make many points here because we will look at them in class. But I think the most important thing, the one thing I want you to get out of this video and from the session on Monday is start with the appendix. Either producing as detailed a one as you can from the very start, or what is, I think, more likely and better is start with one and then add to it as you come up to assessment 2, because then you can add more detail relevant to social divisions. I want you to think carefully about cross-referencing. I want you to go through that with your tutors in the tutorials. You should be able to write in both essays sentences such as the table or the data in the appendix shows such and such and such and such. So make sure that you organise data in your appendix in tables or in charts in ways that you can easily refer to, and the reader can then move from your essay to the appendix and back again. That is an example of good academic writing. Next, identify the theories we have used. There's about 5 or 6 of them. Make sure that you get a list of them. We will cover that on Monday. Don't try and use every single theory we have mentioned. On the contrary, it is better to do more with less, but to do what feels natural. What you should aim for is to have at least one theoretical viewpoint in each of your assignments, but a good assignment will include some reference to other theories and theoretical positions which support or which contrast, but they're not gone into in great detail. They're certainly referenced. For instance, one student might, for the first assessment, concentrate on McDonaldization and a transformational approach and look at 2 countries in that light. But they might, at an appropriate point, just make a reference to the circulation of commodities because it differs between the 2 countries. One of the country is a producer of commodities, the other country is involved much more in the higher levels of circulation. And the student who does the good assignment puts that in, does not go to it in any great detail, just puts the reference to Gireffi and then moves on. Again, that is good academic writing. In assignment 2, we might receive details on gender and maybe class, but then we might suddenly get a brief reference to Robinson and how the single world system pulling the regional systems together might have particular effects, or what the transnational class that Robinson talks about might look like in gender terms, how in fact it could be quite segregated, predominantly female workers at the lower levels in the offices, etc., as Saskia Sassen makes out, and a predominantly male corporate environment at the top end. The transnational class is just mentioned briefly, but it shows that the student is thinking how to use theory and how to use analysis. Next, try to bring out comparisons. Don't just do here is country A, here is country B, here is social division A, here is social division B. Now let me try and make a few comments afterwards. Comparison depends clearly on you saying something, about each of the countries first, but then it depends on you being able to make links, to show what is similar, what is different, what the significance is, and why it is like that. My final point is follow the structure which I have given in the opening PowerPoint, and which again I will go over in class. And my final point, if in doubt, add more to your appendices. They can be as long as you like. Think carefully how to structure them. You structure them so that you can refer easily to them in the assignment. I know what you're being asked to do is difficult and maybe different from other things you've been asked to do, but this is a measure of academic writing. It is what the final year undergraduate must be able to do to demonstrate the appropriate graduate skills. So I'll look forward to seeing you for the final session.